Okay, this is the Panoz GTRA race car that we've been speaking about. It's been already modified, so it's been vintage raced in SVRA and another group up in Canada. It has some modifications from stock. As you can see, it has the Edelbrock intake manifold. It's been upgraded with aluminum heads. Ford Motorsport Racing valve covers, aluminum intake. It has all the aluminum pulleys on the alternator, the water pump, and so forth. Also has MSD ignition, new Ford Racing plug wires, and Summit expansion or catch tank here, so forth. All braided oil lines, and as it would come from Panoz, the braided oil lines. Coney adjustable shocks, a little sight glass in your radiator shroud, extra cooling up there. Chassis seems to be in very good shape. Doesn't look like it's ever been damaged or repaired as far as the chassis. That all seems to be nice and straight. The windshield is fairly new. I think we replaced it before we sold it to the guy up in Canada, so that's fairly new. As mentioned, the side sills are fiberglass. Both side sills and the front valence across here is fiberglass too. So, but it's in, cosmetically a little, it's got some chips and scratches, but it's in good shape. Has Toyo Proxys tires on it, all four of them in great shape. 17-inch BBS wheels. Same brake calipers at Brembo's as your GTS car has, and it has performance friction rotors and so forth. Also looking down here, it has I think it's a Canton oil pan racing sump for it, and a K&N air filter on the intake side. One other thing I noticed over here, it has fuel pressure gauge here in the engine compartment, so you can adjust that if you need to. Looking at the inside, alright, it has two seats. They're the original Panoz seats. They're not new, but they're okay. Two sets of Sparco harnesses. I don't think the blue one's in date, but I don't know if you plan to race the car or whatever. It's a 2013 expiration. I have the mount there for a fan. There's a fan that comes with the car, an interior fan. Full roll cage, of course. Rev control, MSD, soft touch rev control there. Fire system. Again, good Toyo tires. Looking at the back of the car, has some extra venting here in the rear window, some extra holes, and a little pop vent, which is kind of a neat British piece there, to get a little extra ventilation out of the back of the car, as well as some holes across the back so you don't get too much air buildup in there. Looking at the inside of the car on the driver's side, Sparco belts, Momo steering wheel. The Pi dash has been replaced with an autometer, tachometer with a shift light, and 3 autometer gauges up there. And then your dash and everything is right over there. But anyway, has a window net that should probably put up at some point. But anyway, that's the car. We can start up and run it for you. Run up and down the street, and hopefully that'll give you enough information. Alright. Engine idling. Sounds like it has a nice lumpy cam. We did a compression check on the engine, and it all came out pretty good. I think it gave you those readings. I'll rev it a little bit, and